Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this June 26th. I think we have the audio issues worked out. I tell you what, when it rains, it pours, to use a weather analogy when it comes to computers. I don't know about you guys, but we have a ton of computers. I mean, that's what we run off of here in the Weather Center. We've got, I think 15 separate computers. We have to keep them all running, to make sure we get everything done that has to be done. And had a brand new PC that was the PC that we use to do our radio weather forecast and this podcast and some other things. And after about a week of running, it quit. It says they don't make them like they used to. Anyway, so that was an issue yesterday while we didn't have the podcast spread out all over the place. Plus, the audio was terrible. It was distorted. So hopefully everything sounds much better this morning. I think we've got things all kind of worked out, hopefully a little better. Well, yesterday was a warm day. In fact, it turned out to be the second warmest day of the year thus far, with an official high of 94 degrees in Bowling Green. That happened at 2:12 in the afternoon at the Bowling Green Airport. 88 is the average high for the day, so we were 6 degrees above average. 68 was our low, 66 where we're supposed to be. 1 year ago, it was smoking hot, 96. And 68 were the extremes back in 2012. Of course, no rainfall past 24 hours, even though we had a few isolated showers that popped up yesterday, mainly east and northeast of the Bowling Green area. Today, a severe weather threat is over the area. Slight risk that we could see some severe weather developing today. And we're watching, as I speak, a cluster of thunderstorms, a complex of strong to severe storms, dumping some very heavy rainfall up around the metro Louisville area. It looks like some places like Elizabethtown, maybe even parts of Grayson County, maybe into LaRue and Hart counties could pick up on some of this activity this morning, although there are no warnings of any kind out at the moment, and there's not even a watch that's out for this area. You could be getting in on some strong thunderstorms here this morning. So if you're in Hodgenville, Munfordville, maybe Clarkson, Litchfield, E-Town, those areas, just be on the watch this morning. You're about to get some strong thunderstorms with some very heavy downpours of rain and lots of lightning. Some of those could turn severe, but I think that complex is going to weaken as it moves a little bit further southeast this morning. Looks like it will miss the Bowling Green area, but it's going to go on into central Kentucky and then just kind of fizzle out. But that complex is going to lay down some boundaries that will fire back up in our area later today. And so the entire WBKO viewing area, and not just that, but the entire state of Kentucky is under a slight risk for severe storms to redevelop later this afternoon and into tonight across the area. The main threats would be, the higher threat is going to be damaging wind and some large hail, maybe even some flooding rainfall. Tornado threat, as we always say, we can never completely rule it out, but the tornado threat is fairly low, anywhere from 2 to 5% chance that there could be maybe a tornado or two popping up. But again, tornado threat kind of low, but cannot completely rule it out, as we have been witness to in weeks past when the tornado threat was low and then all of a sudden, boom. So always, be on guard, be watchful just in case. So here's the way things stack up. I think much of the morning for the immediate Bowling Green, southern Kentucky area, we're going to start out just warm and muggy, a few clouds around. And those of you that live north and east of Bowling Green, in those mentioned areas like Hardin County, LaRue County, Grayson County, Hart County. You may just want to keep watch for some thunderstorms this morning, and those will move on to your south and east into central Kentucky out of our area. Otherwise, we're going to see another hot, humid day with a high of 92 just before the next round of thunderstorms moves in with our front that's going to slide in here later. Good chance of afternoon thunderstorms. Some of those could become severe. Southwest winds at 14 today. Tonight, 70% chance of strong thunderstorms likely. Some very heavy rainfall, lots of lightning and thunder, gusty winds, low of 72. And then as we get into Thursday, much of this activity should fade out sometime after 3 a.m., 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we're going to see a partly cloudy Thursday with a high around 90. But another little weak boundary, another weak ripple in the atmosphere, disturbance, will move through, and as it does, there's a 30% chance we could see more thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Same goes for Friday. These little disturbances in the atmosphere just really won't fade away. In fact, we have a chance that somebody could pick up a shower or thunderstorm each and every day through the next 7 days, even through the weekend. But one thing that front will do, even though it's going to take some time to get it out of the region, it is going to usher in slightly cooler air with a 30% chance of showers Friday afternoon, a high of 89. Saturday, partly cloudy, much of the day dry, but an afternoon shower possible, 86. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're looking at better chances for scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. Each day, there is at least a 40% chance of seeing that happen. 85 for Sunday, 84 Monday for the first day of July, and on Tuesday, a high only around 80 as the clouds and the showers, and then behind that front, the slightly cooler air, a little bit less humid, but still enough moisture around for a few scattered showers. So for the beginning of July, it's going to be unseasonably cool, relatively speaking. Of course, we should be in the upper 80s. We're going to be in the low 80s, and that's a little atypical of this time of the year, and certainly a big difference from where we were last year when we were just baking in the drought and temperatures in the mid and upper 90s almost every day. So this is a nice change. We're just going to have to keep some rain and storm chances in there, though, looks like throughout the period. Okay, this is a heads up. Keep your NOAA weather radios turned on today. Make sure you have text alerts. If you don't have those, you can go to our website, WBKO.com. Get signed up for those for free. Get those activated this morning before anything happens later. We'll be, of course, tracking everything, watching, and making sure we stay on top of any developing weather. In the meantime, know the weather before it knows you. That's our slogan, and we hope that you live by that. That's your responsibility. We will tell you what's going on, but it's your responsibility to take action. That's on you. So make sure you pay attention, whether you're in the office or working outdoors. Things could change pretty rapidly, even though the sun is out for a while. You get these kind of storms, blossoming up as they do. It could happen very rapidly, and they could turn severe with very little notice. So just keep that in mind today. Otherwise, thanks and God bless for listening to the podcast as always. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky. And, of course, streaming live to WBKO.com.